That looks legit to me.
And then they came out with the controllers and was like, would you do $1 each for these controllers? And I was like, yes, I would.
This movie like 2000
Jail.
high school.
Straight to jail, John.
So guys, this means that Thanos is coming back in Daredevil.
Wait, say that again? It's fantastic.
Fantastic.
The podcast where we talk about what we truly want.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast of your dreams. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Welcome back. We love you guys. We're just chilling here in the studio tonight, the webinar studio, just chilling, just vibing out, just having a great time, looking at each other, smiling and waving, boys. So we've got some boys tonight with us, and we're going to be talking about what we truly want. Superman and Predator, killer of killers. I've got Dave, the VHS aficionado, the man with all of the VHS sales. Dave, how's it going? Any sales?
Oh, yeah, going well.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah. Always making some good sales.
And we've got Jacob Stall Naked, my co-host. He is the cinematic master. Jake, how's it going?
Yeah, I just bought a bunch of VHSs from some guy on eBay. Totally fleeced him. He had no idea.
Dang.
No comment.
And we've also got Jonathan Victor Job, the Italian sausage guru making skilled man. Johnny, how's it going?
Doing pretty good. Pretty
Good to
good.
see you, man. And we've got Colin Sears, our boy, the cinematic, the movie theater correspondent. He's here tonight. Thank you for being here, Colin. How's it going, man?
It's going good. It's a pleasure to be here.
Nice, dude. Thanks for being here. It's going to be a sleepy pod. We're keeping it chill tonight. We're keeping it really relaxed.
I'm kind of tired. Kind of sleepy.
We're all kind of sleepy and tired.
Yeah, it's been a week.
It's been a crazy week here in the studio with the boys, chilling out. But guys, tonight, Wade, what's our first topic of the night? Let's jump right into it. Superman, the trailer. The tickets are available. Apparently crashing Fandango's website. Did I hear that correctly, guys? Is that true? I think the
I didn't hear that, but yeah.
ticket
I
sales
wouldn't
are
doubt it.
high.
It's good to hear.
The most sold ticket sales are for a movie this year. So
Dang.
Oh, that's good.
So it beat Fantastic Four. I'm
Why
assuming.
why does Superman look like he was cooking with cayenne pepper and rubbed his eyes?
Yeah, really.
Maybe the
That's what I
heat.
thought. I was like,
He's gone too far with the heat vision, maybe,
Oh, that's cool.
or somebody hit him with heat vision. Ooh.
Kryptonite vision.
Oh, I don't know, guys. What the heck is happening in this trailer? Oh my word!
What happened?
They're almost revealing too much. I feel like, right? It's like new stuff we've never seen before.
Yeah, but I still don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
I don't either, really. You know, we're seeing a lot of like Ultraman. We're seeing crazy shots of Metamorpho. And Wade, what's that other picture we've got?
This
This
is the wildest one.
Like, what is going on? He's holding some green baby, and there's like, I think Metamorpho's cut out, but Metamorpho's holding on to Superman with
Are those
like
tentacles or
with his tentacles or something. Like, oh man, and guys,
no,
how
I had
did
a dream like this. Yeah.
Jake? I'll ask you this: how'd you feel about Lex Luthor's monologue in the trailer? Just talking about how he's gonna kill everybody.
I didn't watch the trailer.
Jake.
Oh.
Okay.
I thought it was one of the best parts of the trailer. Was like, okay,
Here, I'm passing the Colin. Passing the Colin.
I don't know. I watched it a couple days ago, so I might be a little. And I watched it once, but when I watched it, I was like, okay, Lex Luthor's gonna be a force to be reckoned with. He's crazy. I feel like they're kind of hitting the nail on the head with him, at least his character. So hopefully it's good.
Want to go
He
back
sh-
Luther?
Me too, so
too.
badly. He shows up in the Fortress of Solitude. They're killing all the robots. He's talking about how he's going to kill his parents or whatever. He's going to kill, like, Lois Lane. It's like, oh my gosh, dude.
And I love how he's not flinching when like all the things are happening around him.
Oh,
When he's walking
yeah.
in the fortress, he's just walking so confidently, like nothing can touch him.
Yeah, I
It's
love
like,
it.
Dang.
And did you catch the line where he's like, they're with Superman, just kill them, like kill the civilians if they're even on Superman's side, you know?
Whoa.
Pretty crazy. Wade, how'd you feel about the visuals? Kind of that weird, like, fisheye lens type of filming, you know?
I will say I did a few things. I was like, okay, this might be
yeah.
a little wacky. You know,
Yeah, the
like,
CGI is looking a
almost
little
like,
interesting.
almost like Scooby Doo esque. You know, that's what
Well,
I kind of thought of.
It reminds me of The Flash.
Yeah.
You guys have all seen The Flash. It's the
yeah.
same cinematographer. It's that very like close up, weird, like distorting their body
I wonder
almost.
there's a weird baby in there. Remember in the Flash, like the baby scene?
I wasn't really a big fan of the cinematography in the Flash. I was like,
Yeah, it's a little interesting. So
Yeah.
we'll see. It is James Gunn at the end of the day.
True.
So I mean, he hasn't missed yet, really. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for this movie, guys. Comes out less than a month.
Crazy.
I heard some tweets with James Gunn's name on them that were some serious misses.
Definitely not the greatest tweeter, but
Recently or
no,
the old ones.
Okay,
10 years ago.
okay.
old ones.
long time ago.
Like
little
the,
spicy.
2000 the 2008 ones. No,
He's a little
Yeah.
spicy back in the day.
A little extra sauce.
He is a avid hater of the Nolan Batman series, so I know that's true. So
Oh, that's kinda
yes,
weird.
that's a hot take for him, but yeah. So yeah, that's awesome, guys. Coming very soon. I'm hype. Well, we're probably gonna all go see it opening night. I
Sounds like
know
we
I
better
am.
get our tickets.
We better get our
Oh, yeah,
tickets.
let's organize a date.
I might have to look, but yeah. Sweet, guys. So let's jump into this next topic. We've got Predator, Killer of Killers. This movie, I didn't realize it was a movie. I thought it was a show, but it got released on Hulu, Disney Plus, and it's pretty fun. It's pretty awesome. So I was thinking we could break it down segment by segment. So the first segment is the Viking woman Ursa. If you guys remember from this scene, you know, obviously they're playing up the Predator in different time jumps, basically, right? And so this one, you know, you got Ursa, her son. She's taking revenge out on this other guy, right? This other
Anders.
tribe. Anders. Oh, yeah, the son is Anders.
Anders,
Anders.
shout out.
Classic. And yeah, so let's just how did you guys feel about this first one with the Viking woman? This was my least favorite maybe of the three.
Really?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know, John. How did you feel about it?
I didn't mind it. It wasn't my favorite one, but I was like, oh, this is pretty decent. A lot of action. I like the action in this one. The
Oh,
gore
yeah.
was pretty good.
Yeah, they had
on
some
point.
good like body chops off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heads getting chopped off.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah, Viking.
The whole
Yeah.
the whole Viking structure, the way they lived is really interesting too.
Yeah.
To try and kind of piece that
Going
together.
place to place, taking
Yeah.
what they can. Yep.
money and
Pillaging
slaves.
and the
Then
all the
acting
above, yeah.
surprised when they have enemies.
They're like, what?
So I mean, the son kills the guy, gets the revenge, but then literally just a predator just shows up. Just imagine watching this like you think this is a regular Viking movie,
Yeah.
and then like a predator shows up. You know, so pretty cool,
Super juiced.
super jacked
Yeah.
warrior one. You know, the fight on the ice is pretty cool where she falls into the ice. You know, and her son does get killed, but she gets revenge with like tying an anchor to his arm. Basically, that was pretty sick actually. So yeah, how'd you guys feel about the visuals in this one?
Oh, they looked really good. I wasn't really expecting. I mean, I watched the trailer, but I don't know. Kind of surprised me. The visual, the art.
This one caught me off guard too, John.
Yeah.
Like the trailer was released like a few months ago, right? Didn't we
Yeah.
cover that on the channel? And then all of a sudden the movie's out, and I was like, dang, that's fast. Like, I don't know. They've obviously had this planned, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
the animation style. I think we discussed this a little bit before, but like it's what if really wanted to be. You know,
Yes.
kind of that like shocking, quick flash, kind
3D.
of cool 3D looking.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
animation
I really
style.
enjoyed the 3D, like the art and animation in this one.
yeah, it's very
This
beautiful.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not.
We
Yeah,
were
Jake.
saying we were saying when we saw this animation in motion, kind of like you guys said, watch the trailer, but until like you kind of see like the actual pacing, you can't really put your thumb on
Yeah.
it, you know. But the animation really felt. I mean, it's obviously stylized, this paintbrush style, but it's also lived in. We kind of joke that this is what like Disney's What If style kind of wants
Yeah.
to be. but it has the depth and the shadows and the brush
Kind of like
strokes
Arcane.
on the characters.
Yeah.
Arcane, yeah, it's that same style.
But yeah, very cool. She gets her revenge, but then, dun dun dun, there's kind of a scene where she's like got a collar around her neck, and then all of a sudden she's with these other characters on a ship, you know? So, I mean, there's this trend of people who kill predators get abducted. So that's kind of a new thing, kind of introduced in this. Hopefully we'll see what happens next. But then this next one with the samurai and the ninja, the two brothers, this one was sick. This has got to be my favorite one. There's no talking in it. There's just one quote at the beginning and one line at the end in Japanese.
They didn't even need it, you know.
They didn't even need it.
Yeah.
It was
This
so...
one, yeah, my favorite as well.
You can tell so much story just by like showing, you know.
Exactly.
Like the beginning
Visuals.
with the their father, of course, you know, and
Rejecting the
he
one.
dishonors his family
Yep.
by losing, so he runs away.
Yep. Kind of the one, then like there's this revenge story of the brother wants to kill the other brother, right? And so you get that cool action in the animation, and it's actually really good. Like the fight scene between the two brothers is like wild. But then like once the predator, obviously because he's watching, you know, sees who's the best of the best, he starts attacking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But turns out the one brother doesn't die yet, comes back and the brothers team up to take on this predator who's got kind of like the sling, you know, that can like throw, you know, and like grab them and stuff. Colin, how'd you feel about this whole scenario?
Yeah, this one for sure was my favorite. Like you guys said, with them just like not talking, and it was mostly just action the entire time. I also thought it was interesting between the three segments. It's like I love how the predator shows up while they're like doing some event. Like this guy was targeting his brother, and the last one, Ursa goes to go kill that guy, and he kind of strikes like right after or like during that event, and then they kind of team up to take him down. So yeah, I thought it was sick, especially with the ninja stuff, like the brother kind of having to run away and leave his family, and then kind of getting his revenge coming back. He's just like obliterates everybody, and it's so sick.
He's got to infiltrate that fortress.
Yeah, and he's
so
like,
good.
Bombs, and it's like it's awesome. It's literally just so cool.
Probably one of the coolest scenes was when he's hiding under the roof from the predator, and he flips upside down and stabs the predator. It was like, dang, what the heck?
Really
so cool. Yeah.
This one had my favorite predator as well. This one was my...
Yeah, what was this one? The one with like the sleek helmet, kind of?
Yeah, he was
right?
like... Yeah,
So a little more of like a trap
Yeah.
style. Like
for
a,
sure.
Dang. Jake, how'd you feel about it?
Yeah, the visual storytelling in this was awesome. Really cool. It shows the power of why we don't always read or listen to audiobooks, that we can really interpret things and emotions and plot and character beats with our eyes.
Yeah.
It's really it was really cool.
Dang.
And then when they finally talked at the end, the dialogue wasn't cheesy. It
Yeah,
actually
the two
delivered.
leaves
actually had it.
are connected on the tree, but then they fall separate. It's like, oh, the brothers kind of had to fall away from each other a little bit there. So, yeah, really cool. And then
Vision.
he's the one who survives. The brother dies, and he ends up on the same ship with Ursa, which kind of we were like, what's going on? Like, because it's been like centuries, you know. So like, how are they on the same spaceship?
Obviously, it's like cryo sleep type thing, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yep.
And they maybe just, well, I guess we'll get to this in a minute, but I guess they probably pick 3 random ones to come and fight, you know.
Or many, which we'll get to that too. So yeah, next scene, Wade. Well, then we jump again to the 40s, right? Or is it the 30s?
Yeah,
30s or 40s.
Yep.
40s.
And we get this fighter
The movie was
pilot.
played, so.
Yeah. We get this fighter pilot guy who's kind of like wants to be a pilot, but he's stuck being a mechanic, basically, right? During World War II, it seems like. And so he's kind of that type of, it's that trope where he's like, I want to do it and I'm going to do it. And like nobody's letting him do what he wants to do, you know, classic. But he, you know, there's this dogfight happening basically, and he notices there's something else out there, right? And something like stabs through the carrier, right? The big like, I think it's like a big spear, right? That's shot out from the Predator's ship. So he takes a plane without permission, goes up there, classic, stops the Predator, you know. Really cool scene, guys. How'd you feel about this one? Anybody want to jump in?
Classic Anakin Skywalker episode 1.
Yeah.
Gets in his ship and goes and saves the day.
Exactly.
Yeah, the trope is pretty worn. It was a pretty cliche one throughout, but it was pretty efficiently done. So I don't really have any complaints that they use that kind of character trope. But it was one that as soon as the story started, you could tell where it would go. But it was, like I said, it was so efficiently done. It wasn't like bad to watch or anything.
Yeah, and this was a really cool Predator.
And obviously,
Yeah.
it was
the pilot one. Eye patch.
Yeah.
This guy,
Pirate Predator.
we joked that this predator must have been waiting thousands and hundreds of thousands of years for civilizations to start flying, so he could do his.
It's like,
He could
yes.
make his
Finally, dog fights.
They're gonna respect me.
Oh, that's funny.
So how does he stop him? He kind of blows up his ship, right?
Yeah, he hits one of the engines first because he kind of uses the clouds. And then
It was
shoots
kind of
out.
clever.
Yeah. And I think that's what they were trying to hint about this guy, and even in the next arc that we'll talk about. But he's just very clever and resourceful, and that's kind of how he takes out the predators, just by outsmarting him. Because he's not a pilot, but he's just very...
And he's not even a warrior, really.
Yeah,
he's just really resourceful.
Mechanic.
Yep.
Knows how to fix things.
Yep. So he blows up that ship. Then he's on the same shuttle with the two. And it's kind of wild, you've seen all three of these characters together. And I think we paused it and we were like, there's 18 minutes left. How are they going to tie this up? Like, we're like, are they going to do a part 2? And like, it's just the classic thing of like, they just leave you on a cliffhanger. But somehow we were kind of worried, if you guys remember. And then we're like, dang, like they kind of do it within 18 minutes. There is a cliffhanger, which we'll get to. But we get them all together. And we hear the Predator language for the first time, I believe, right? With subtitles. So that's kind of crazy. Kind of like we see the next picture. The Predator King with literally a xenomorph skeleton as his cape. That's a freaking sick Predator. Jeez.
It looks like, from the picture, it looks like different spines from different
different animals.
I think it is.
Yeah. So cool.
I love how the Viking called him like Grendel,
Grendel Queen or King or whatever. Yeah.
It's such a cool, like thing that of course they'd be like that.
She thinks all of this is like related to. It's related to her mythology. Yeah. Crazy. But yeah, we get what does he say? He says like, you three have to fight to the death, and whoever wins gets to fight me, basically. So they want the best of the best to take on the king, which is pretty crazy. That's just their culture, I'm assuming. That's what the hunt is all about, I think. If anybody can kill a predator, we're kind of learning like why they're doing what they're doing, Have we ever really figured that out from previous movies? Has anybody watched them all?
The most they ever tried to dive into the Predator and Predator 2 are simply monster movies. They're on Earth. They're fighting people. Predators, you see that they gathered a bunch of notorious killers to hunt them, but you don't really know too much about why, other than they did. The Predator, they tried to introduce some things about how they evolve, and they might use the way they kill to evolve, and I think that was pretty poorly received, and now they're just kind of going a different direction away from that. I only saw that one once, so I might have gotten that wrong, but I remember there was like a super predator that killed a regular predator. They have a name. The alien species has a name, but I don't remember what it is.
So it's kind of cool. They each get a weapon from their time period. And the Viking gets her axe, the ninja gets his sword, and then the World War II guy gets the crappy gun from like the Revolutionary War. Yeah. And it's the classic gun from Predators 2, right? And Prey as well. So kind of crazy. They're tying it all together. Dan Trachtenberg is cooking. Let him cook. But yeah, I mean, it does. I mean, you think the pilot guy's dead. He gets eaten by the big creature, which that was kind of sick. But obviously, they get him out, and he steals a ship. They kind of, with some hijinks, get away on a ship, and the Viking woman kind of sacrifices herself so that the two guys can get away. But it's kind of sad because it's like they're definitely outside of their time, right? Because that gun is from the it's seen again in the 90s, right? Whatever, or 80s, whenever Predator 2 came out. So they're kind of outside of their time now. It kind of suck to go back to Earth. You know, it's like, oh my word.
When they get back to Earth, it's just like, what?
Like years later.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then at the end they kind of hint at it seems like Dutch. You can't really see who's in the chamber. It looks kind of like Dutch, and then the girl from Prey, the Native American girl from Prey. So they're hinting at something bigger. I know Predator Badlands is coming out later this year. I don't really know what they're cooking. Maybe just another animated thing, and they're not going to ever touch the live action in live action, and they're just going to do some cool stuff in animation. I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? I don't know.
I think they should stick with the animation. It really delivered, I feel like. I enjoy.
I think.
Say whatever.
John's right. The animation was really cool for the style of the series. I think it's about a 50-50 coin toss is what they do. Either because they show Naru, the main character from Prey, at the end, and that was a live action movie with an actress, and there's her in animation, so that fully confirms that they'll be willing to cross over a bit and adapt things across the mediums. I think it's a toss up. Either 50% chance that this movie was made as a lead-in to Predator Badlands, and these threads, the Grendel Predator and the three warriors and Naru from Prey will play into Predator Badlands, or Badlands will be its own thing, and they'll make a sequel to this movie, which will pick up these loose ends. Either way, I fully believe they're going to pick it up. I just don't know if they'll do an animated sequel directly to this, or if this is a straight prequel lead-in to Badlands. There is one thing I 100% expect, though, and that's this guy who's on the screen right now to be in Predator Badlands.
Ooh, that would be sick.
I would put money on
I don't see
that.
why they don't do both of what you're saying. Both a sequel to this, but also a sequel to Badlands. Just why not? You already brought live action people into the animation. You might as well do the full
animation to live action.
Yep, we need a full world.
Well, that's what I'm saying is I wonder if they won't do another animated one and they just made this as like a lead into what happens in Badlands.
Yeah.
Like all these characters from this are going to be in Badlands and they're kind of keeping it secret.
Cool.
Or there's just elements from this in Badlands like this guy, and they do another animated sequel which follows all these characters. Either way, I think we're seeing them again. It's just whether or not they're in Badlands or a animated sequel.
If they keep it animated,
both are cool.
If they keep it animated, they can have Dutch show up in his younger form. You know what I'm saying? Because he did kill a predator, and you could get Arnold back in to do the voice at least. You know what I mean? That'd be sick.
Yeah. Definitely.
I would love to see that, and he could kind of be the leader, and then you have another guy who speaks English to kind of help the team, because obviously you're going to have a bunch of different languages. You got the Native American, you've got the Viking, you've got the Japanese,
Well, it was funny, those three characters are complete three different opposite of each other. It couldn't be more opposite. Mm-hmm. So that was a really well done, throw in three strangers who are exact opposite of each other.
They're all
different. See how they interact.
Yeah, see how they react to each other. I'm with Jacob. Yeah, I'm with you and with you, Cam, as well, with two things. This guy, the guy on the screen, the King, I think we are going to see him in Badlands because I'm pretty sure Badlands is about basically a runt going out to prove himself.
Yep.
And so if it's this culture, and I would really like to see more of again, why they do what they do, but also what their culture is and kind of how they take and stuff like that. I feel like that'd be interesting. Getting to know who this guy is because he's insane. He looks so sick.
He's freaking ripped.
But yeah, if they are going the route with say bringing Dutch back, I think they have to do it animated because if they're doing deep fake AI or even Arnold when he's old, it's not going to be.
It's not the same.
Yeah. No, I think. If they're going to do that, they're probably going to have to do something animated. But I don't know. I'm for it.
That'd be sick. If they could get him back to voice it, that would make my day. That'd be so cool.
It'd be Predator Endgame. Let's go, baby.
Yeah.
Predator Endgame. Nice. Well, guys, any final thoughts on this? Obviously, at the end, he's like, "Let the hunt begin," and they just all in their millions of spaceships. Like, okay, they're screwed. Like there's no way.
So part of me wonders if this, because I think what we know about Predator Badlands is he's trying to prove himself, right? What if he's trying to prove himself by hunting these guys down from this movie?
Ooh,
that's a good theory.
I thought that might be interesting. That's if they want it to be so connected. I'm not going to be like disappointed if that's not the plot. Yeah. But I think it'd be pretty cool if maybe they had conceived the plot of Badlands, and then they were like, you know what, we could probably tell the story leading into this, and then quietly drop it beforehand. That'd be cool. Maybe it's the start of its own thing. Either way, it was a really cool addition to the series, and an awesome kind of step forward for it too. I mean, both of Dan Trachtenberg's movies now have kind of changed the game where, Prey was really just pretty simple. It kind of was like Predator 1 and Predator 2, where it was, couple group of warriors and a predator hunting them. But it just did so really stylishly and kind of reminded you like this kind of movie can still work. And then this totally, just blew the door open of different kinds of hunters, different kinds of people that they might be hunting, and it seems like Badlands is just even more going to enter the room. I mean, if this blew the door open, I think Badlands is in the room of the secrets of these kinds of people. So it's cool that they've found somebody who's a creative, who's really good at what he does to kind of shepherd the franchise. Especially one that was pretty aimless for a while with a couple odd movies every 10 to 20 years, and
it's pretty
cool that they found somebody who can pour everything.
It is refreshing. It feels kind of like the renaissance of alien monster movies. We were saying this about Alien Romulus and Prey, obviously, and now this movie, and hopefully Badlands is good. Fingers crossed. We will see. It does feel kind of like the renaissance of it a little bit, and it was such an awesome genre back in the day. Just imagine being alive in the 80s. And it's just like, man, just like hit after hit of awesome movies, so pretty exciting.
Well, and we just learned, I don't know if this was old news, but it was new to me in the past 2 weeks that Fede Alvarez, who made Alien Romulus, which a lot like Prey was very simple,
back to its roots,
almost like a similar kind of movie to the original, but with modern innovations. He's making he's making a sequel to Romulus. Himself again, so it's nice that we have these two figureheads making movies for these series, which have been so intertwined. I mean, they have two crossovers between the two series. They're intimately intertwined, both of the Alien and Predator series. So when you have two passionate creatives who seem to be making really good stuff in them, it's really cool.
Badlands is kind of hinting that with the Weyland-Yutani logo popping up a lot in the trailer. So. Man, are we?
I just got to say, this never would have been on my bingo card. It seemed like Alien and Predator were some of the victims of the Disney acquisition, because these are all Disney movies. It's ridiculous. When Fox became a Disney studio and became 20th Century Studios, nobody knew if they were going to do things like dive into Alien, dive into Predator. Obviously, they threw all the money in the world at Avatar. And obviously are going to do whatever they want with X-Men, but these franchises were they done? Were they going to get Disney-fied? And instead, it seems like Disney just kind of said, "Hands off, 20th Century. You're a subsidiary. Do what you want." And it's worked out.
It really has. Oh man.
I mean, Prey they dumped on Hulu with practically no marketing. They were like, "Whatever, do your thing," and it became a smash hit. I think it was one of Hulu's biggest original releases.
It is.
And at least this one, I think they had they gave the marketing a fair shake, and now they're putting Badlands in theaters. So it's kind of like they were done with the series. They were like, yeah, make a Hulu movie with Predator, whatever. We don't care. Let's just use the IP for something. And now they're again looking at it because of these good things. They're looking at it and they're saying, hey, here's a crown in our lineup of movies. 20th Century Studios presents a theatrical Predator movie. I don't think that was in their plans. I think the passion and good reception of Dan Trachtenberg's first movie, and then his enthusiasm to make these really gave them a lot of confidence that this could be a real theatrical event again.
So cool. And then at the end, the Viking woman's stuck there on the place as well. I forgot to mention that. So she's coming back. All these characters probably. I'm assuming like you guys said, it feels a little bit like we're leading up to a Predator Endgame of some sort.
There's a prison break.
Dude, I want to see
that'd be awesome. Different aliens, like different alien creatures.
Whoa!
And they're the best of the best too. So it's like.
Yes, like xenomorphs. I want to see other type of like warrior aliens. You know what I mean? Like just crazy stuff happening when that.
I do have to quote Elijah though. He on his letterbox he put, "So why are there like so many people creatures that have killed predators?" Like
I was just thinking about that earlier. I was like, wow,
it's like you got to think it's
like are they really bad at their job?
So
yeah, true.
Yeah, they have been getting. I guess because we're just seeing the movies that are being made, so like we're seeing the triumphant of
it's
actually
like,
killing the predator.
Like,
yeah, are they any good really?
They always get killed by the best of the best. Dutch, Prey Girl. So
then again, they are going through like all of time.
That's what I was like. Yeah, like thousands of years. So.
Yeah,
the best warriors,
and it's like different worlds too. So it's because
there's different types. Aliens. There's different tribes apparently too. There's like a lot of lore in the books apparently.
Oh, the predators.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like there's YouTube videos.
Yeah, there's like
comic books, right?
Yeah, comic books.
In depth.
They go like deep into the lore of like the predator, like
tribe. I wonder how those people feel.
Because remember from Predators, they capture another predator, and they have him. He's like a prisoner. Oh wait.
Yes.
Cameron.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Well, guys.
Yeah, wait, that is a good question. The Predator, and there's a bunch of Alien comics too. I wonder how like those fans who were so loyal to the old movies and probably gave a lot of time to read this stuff. It'd be interesting I'll have to look up if anybody's read them, because it wouldn't surprise me if these creatives like Dan Trachtenberg and Fede Alvarez at least knew what happened and were trying not to step on it.
Gotcha.
Even if they move forward a little bit, he especially Dan Trachtenberg with these movies doesn't seem like he's trying to reinvent the wheel as much as add to it. That we're gonna
because if you do that to Star Wars, it's a big problem. But if you add things to Predator, I can't imagine their fan base would be too angry as long as you.
They seem to be making it better than before.
Yeah, you feel like they'd be like, look, I enjoyed those comics 20 years ago when there was absolutely nothing Predator to enjoy. But I've had like 2 good movies in like 2 years, and maybe I should be happy, right?
Seriously.
Man. Good stuff, guys. Well, that's all we have prepared for the night. 33
I have an
minutes.
ending topic. If
you do, Wade. All right, let's jump into it. Sweet. So yeah,
I did make a sale today actually. It was kind of a cool one. Here, I got a picture real quick. I'll pull it up.
Nice, Wade. That's exciting.
So these are the original slipcover versions of Star Wars.
Ooh.
These are the CBS Fox versions.
Oh, that's cool.
Whoa.
Yeah, and these are the really collectible ones. The only thing that they are technically the first like release too. So they're unedited by George Lucas type deal.
Nice.
The only thing that would make these rare are you see the lids on these, where the actual tape flops up so you can see the reel.
Yeah,
they're at the top of each of those to the left of each tape. If they're brown, that's the actual original release. So these are probably like the second release.
Whoa!
But yeah, so I thought they're cool. They've got some of the coolest look to them, I think, because it's got of course the main poster, but then they've got the hi-fi red label, which was iconic for these kind of tapes.
Yeah, this doesn't have like the interview with George Lucas at the beginning, does it?
I don't think so.
Which release had those? Did you guys ever watch that?
No.
Or you have the two guys interviewing George Lucas at the beginning? Wait, that's what ours had.
There's a whole bunch of releases. Yeah, we probably had the THX releases.
Yeah. So this has like Han shooting first, and like there's no extra CGI. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Jabba was just a regular
just a guy.
Very cool.
Yeah. That's a deleted scene though, right?
I do think there's some good things that came from the changing from George Lucas. Like if you watch Empire Strikes Back and some parts of Return of the Jedi, there's a lot of good things he added, but
I miss this.
Empire Strikes Back is wholly
Yeah.
improved. It's the original in Return of the Jedi where you find some of the changes that make
yeah,
it-
like the the song at the beginning of Return of the Jedi is really weird.
Oh
But-
yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, but these are classic. You know, I have a copy of each of these on my shelf in my collection because
Did you make a good profit, Wade?
Oh yeah, pretty good. These ones sell for about $10 each, so I made
nice.
$32. So
Nice, epic.
but yeah, so I just wanted to share that real quick.
No, that's awesome, dude. Well, guys, it's a short pod tonight, but make sure to like and subscribe. Stick with us, guys. We're going to be covering all the new movies coming out. But yeah, make sure to follow us on Spotify, Instagram. You can email us at the webinarseminarpodcast@gmail.com. Wade runs that. But yeah, guys, any final thoughts? Any final words of wisdom for our fans and followers at home?
Always stretch before you
Colin.
run.
Oh,
Colin, you have Movie Pass, right?
Yeah, I have Regal Unlimited.
Still? Or whatever it's called, Regal Unlimited. Are you going to go see How to Train Your Dragon?
I might have to.
I was wondering if you were going to do a.
I need
might
to
have
see. I still need to see Ballerina. I need to see.
Oh
yeah, I need to go
yeah,
see
see Ballerina too.
I was about to say I'm looking forward to some correspondence.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to make some. I haven't done that in a little bit.
all good.
Have you seen anything since?
No, I haven't been. I've been so busy.
Well, we saw
Yeah.
Friendship.
We did see Friendship. That was a
You could
good
do
one.
that.
Do a video on friendship.
Oh,
You and John together.
It'll get 2 views.
Yeah, too.
that movie,
yeah.
that movie is something else. I can't say I would recommend it to anybody unless
Yeah.
you're like a fan.
Really
of
into that humor.
Robinson. Yeah, unless you're into that type of comedy. But it is funny.
It was funny. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Wow.
I had a coworker tell me about a scene, and I actually couldn't stop laughing with him. Like,
Yeah, you
describing
have
it.
to see it.
You're a prince.
We should watch that one night
Yeah.
together. And you guys should
Ooh,
just
Another
watch
boys'
party.
night.
I
Another
would.
boys' night.
I would.
Boys'
His-
night.
His humor is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
it's
so good.
that for an hour and a half. It's
Yeah.
it's
Oh,
so
my.
funny.
We did forget to mention that we had a boys' night and we watched Killers of Killers, and it made the movie more fun to watch.
It was
Just
a
to
lot
watch
of
it together. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think just watching it alone, I've just been like,
Chips and dip, lemonade, bro time, Predator.
Exactly.
You know what can go wrong there?
Exactly.
Thanks, Morgan, for the
Lemonade.
chips. And
Yeah, I
food.
think the only thing I've seen since then is
Shout out.
Karate Kid Legends.
Oh, how was
Oh, how
that?
was
Oh
it?
yeah.
Oh, that was it was pretty good. The way I thought of it, it was like a Gen Z version of the Karate Kid.
That's a good way to put it.
And just by the way that they have like different graphics in the movie, and I don't know, like it was good, but it wasn't the original. I mean, I love the original movie. I would say that's probably in my top 10, just because
Yeah.
as a kid I could just rewatch that movie. And I don't know why, but I just loved it. But it was still pretty good. The action's pretty sick. Like the kid they got to do it, like actually knew kung fu, and
Nice.
Oh, cool.
so
That
yeah,
helps.
it
Is Jaden
No.
Smith in it?
What?
No,
yeah, it's just
Jackie
Mr.
Chan
Han
is
and
Tim Han.
Do
Daniel
they ever
Larusso.
explain that? Like why he's not in it?
No, and they kind of. I need to rewatch the second and the third one because they kind of like retcon the.
What?
I think the second one a little bit because Miyagi and because basically Mr. Miyagi's family learned karate from Mr. Han's family, and the two are like connected. Yeah.
Even though they're Japan versus
Well, 'cause
China.
in the
Chinese?
movie, Mr.
No,
Miyagi
it's China.
says-
It's China in both.
Yeah, well, Mr.
it
Miyagi
is?
says he's from Okinawa, but his father's a fisherman, and his father went to China.
Oh.
then
Oh,
he
maybe I'm
learned-
wrong. I think
He
I'm
learned
wrong.
karate from Mr. Han's family, and then took it back to Japan.
Huh.
Oh, so that's how they connected it.
hmm
I got you.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Nice guys.
Cool.
Sweet. Good to hear that little mini review, guys. All right, let's head out of here. Make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you guys. Peace.
See ya. Stay curious.
Cheers.